got an update. We had stuff to do. Because last time we did the knockout tour. Which I'm entering to make sure I've lined everything. Yeah. Spining. Yep. Okay. Balta. Yep. Nope. Sweet.
Ooh, banana.
Yeah.
It's banana covered and it doesn't have a single DK course in it.
Just getting griefed en masse. All the griefing when I almost had a really good round, but then every stupid thing happens. Ah, fucking Mario Kart. Trying to hold point and not complain too much with the Mario Kart. But the thing with the Mario Kart, and last time we were talking about like DLC and stuff, I was going to do multiple points because people basically were like bitching about the Mario Kart, and then people were bitching about like Donkey Kong and shit, and talking about, oh, the Donkey Kong has DLC, and the Donkey Kong's DLC is like 2 months out, and it's like ridiculously expensive, and that should be illegal, and it's like so obvious that it's cut content. And people going on and on about the cut content in the Donkey Kong. And that this should be illegal. And everyone talking about like, oh, the Sonic is just an infinitely better game. And that Nintendo should be like ashamed that sit. Alright. Bullshit. Yeah, you get on it. Still might lose, but you get it when it spins. Couple items. Fuck you, bitch. Funny. And people were like talking about the Sonic being like the greatest thing ever, and oh, Nintendo should be ashamed. But the Sonic had all this DLC mentioned before it launched.
It wasn't like announced months before it launched.
And hacking the PC version, it's basically on disc DLC.
All the DLC is apparently there. And because all of it is apparently there, people are using it on, like, online on the PC version. So much so, people had a clip in a video where there was someone that had a car based off Crazy Taxi. Apparently, that's supposed to be... People think because it would be a, you know, Sega crossover thing, the car based around Crazy...
Oh, bull fucking shit!
The taxi would be one of the, like, DLC items, and a guy had it in, like, an online room. And then that guy just disappears from the room, so it seems like that guy got banned on the spot for using hacked things online.
Oh, shit.
And
oh, bullshit! Fucking Mario Kart, fucking griefing. I hate Mario Kart, fucking griefing. Infinite fucking grief loop, because I got one shitty roll and now I can't win. And this course is too tight, so I should just give the fuck up. Unless I see that it's... Oh, actually, everyone's right here. Never mind. I might be able to do this. If only barely, probably not though. Actually. Alright. Alright. Oh, bull fucking.
If you're able to.
I got it. I got one
I was
item.
gonna say if you were able to pass them or hit them.
Okay, good. Try not to complain about.
Yeah.
The game still is technically easier than it was, but like, fucking Christ. Anyway, basically it's funny because Donkey Kong can't get DLC. That's illegal.
And yet no one is complaining about the Sonic DLC.
Yes.
Also, the Sonic DLC, if I remember correctly, is I think more expensive than the Donkey Kong. The Donkey Kong was 20, I believe the Sonic is 30, if you buy everything.
Look, you bitch.
And again, the other absolutely bigger thing is that it's DLC that is already a part of the game.
Yes.
Everything related to the DLC characters is there, like, in the game.
Oh, bull fucking! God fucking damn it. Well, the game is still a little bit easier. It randomly feels like it might be harder again. Which annoys me.
I feel like it's probably just these tracks being more congested than other tracks. Also, these tracks have a large amount, like, this is the only, like, cup in the game that actually has a large amount of water in it, so because it has a large amount of water, if we keep failing, you might want to maybe swap off Wario and swap to, like, Pianta or something. Because Pianta's, I believe, supposed to be better.
Pianta's supposed to have better water, and this vehicle is the best ground vehicle. So if I combine Pianta with this thing, I might average and have the...
Now, the thing is, there are then sections like this that have a large amount of basically ground, because that's the one problem if we
Here's... Oh my god, fucking bullshit. Hold on. Damn it. Damn it. Damn it!
That happened.
Two items. It's okay. This is the... 20 coins, good bonus. Hold on. I will drift. On the water should go down. Oh, and then I gain a massive lead because I got a little coins.
Because while I said like, oh, maybe if we keep failing, might want to try Pianta. The problem was that is it's like, oh, you have that section with the waterfall, but then the back half of that course is ground, so then Wario is better on the back half.
I think, unless that counts as dirt.
It might be dirt, meaning it would be terrain.
Hard to know.
But if this is considered dirt, then instead of like Wario in this thing, technically, especially if sand is also considered terrain, cow.
It would be the cow, because while there is a good chunk of water, so much of this is like terrain, I think. So if I lose, we might need cow, but then the final chunk of this is road-based. Trying to hold point and say some other things.
That was absolute chaos.
Because basically the whole DLC thing, and I was gonna also talk about some other stuff. I was just getting angry because Mario Kart, but things are going well enough. Oh, bull fucking shit. Because this is Stone, I'm pretty sure this is all road, so Wario is best at, like, the end of this course, basically. I'm actually going to drift a little bit. I have an item, and I can get away with that. And Wario's ground speed is absurd, so my man should just start fucking gaining ridiculous.
Yeah, look at how it, like, how much you gain compared to how up your ass, like, everyone else. Well, someone might say it, like, that's not that big, and in a lot of ways you're right. But sit there and think about, like I said, how...
Okay, good, Lightning, I can do it. That is actually, like, considering the rubber banding and considering the ends right here, was actually a massive fucking gap and I win.
But that is funny, where it's like, you're like, oh, I think this is considered brick, and that's, road. And then we get a massive lead. You only have a problem when it's mostly dirt and water. Making it seem like it was the fact you don't have the absurd ground speed was a tiny bit of the issue.
Because it's like the one track thing where you might actually want cow.
Okay, there are fewer cows pretty okay, because there are a majority of,
okay, but
like, dirt paths.
Can make a point, end off. I did it, whatever. Cool. First, as a reminder to myself, in case I glossed over the footage, and I'll probably do a combined joke, is it'll be in the fail attempts because it was in a round I didn't win. Getting hit by the blue shell that hit Birdo, but put that in the bonus blue shells, but do a 0.5 because it's like half a tick. But without rambling too much, to very quickly say what I was trying to say, and then some other stuff because I couldn't hold points during that, and I was repeating some stuff. People were bitching about Donkey Kong, and then the Sonic gets a free fucking pass, when the Sonic should be something you should all be big mad at. But the Donkey Kong, everyone was on the, like, oh, the Donkey Kong was obviously content they gutted to sell back to you. And Sonic having all of that in the game and charging you money is okay because... And the other thing, like... And that was really funny. And the other thing I was going to talk about, and I might, even if I don't do anything with it, open the free roam right quick. Because in the free roam... Damn. Alright. Always hit the wrong fucking buttons. They now have, with the updates, you can see P-switches you've done, and you can teleport to the P-switches you've done, and the medallions are actually just showing off a little bit.
Yeah, you can see why medallions, P-switches,
No,
and
there's one, No, there is a kind of dumb thing, and I will agree with people, it's still contradictory and stupid, which is what the P-switches do that I think is kind of dumb, even in this update. You can only see the P-switches you've completed. Or touched. But like a lot of people said, due to most people being stubborn, unless they absolutely can't win, if you touch a P-switch, you're probably going to just beat it. So, knowing where a P-switch you haven't completed...
Yes, but you're thinking like you're thinking like a boomer and not a child that literally might not be able to
complete something, yes. Or someone who finds a P-switch and has to go. But I do kind of wish they would reveal a little bit more, but this is at least a better step in the right direction, because this update is making this game far better, because you can now see crap.
Everything, it shows you the ones you found.
Yeah, is this... It should be what we found. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8,
Motherfucker,
9,
all of these
10, 11, yeah.
All of these have like nearly 300 of them. If it showed you every
Thing,
one, there would be a massive block of gray.
Yes. And then when you're on the main map,
And then because
that was always part of the thing anyway.
So they just technically made the default map it tells you the question panels.
Because those were always listed.
Yeah.
This is at least a step in the right direction. As is the other cool thing, where, and it's what I wanted to comment on before stopping, because this update happened. You can now, in the overworld, find rigged UFOs. And if you abduct a character into the UFO, you'll transform into them. Meaning, you can abduct NPC characters you don't have, because it's possible to find, like, all the NPC characters in the game. And if you abduct an NPC, you become that NPC, and it unlocks the character. And that fixes the Kamek Orb thing.
Yes.
And what I wanted to say, but we didn't get time to because we were making jokes about Sonic, they fixed the game and start fixing people's problems with updates. But everyone is collectively too little too late, Nintendo. You shouldn't have needed to fix anything, Nintendo. I already did 2-player Kamek Orb grinding, Nintendo. I sat there for like 3 hours, Nintendo. You don't... Like, I've already done this. This doesn't affect me, Nintendo.
Except if they never fixed it, you people would continue to bitch about how they never fixed it.
Yeah.
Because they can't win.
We do need to end off.
Yes, they can't win with you people no matter what they do. You people are just perpetual complainers that obviously can't have joy in your life anymore. Go outside and touch some grass.
Now, to make one additional point, because it's basically true, and I agree with this one comment, but then that comment, I think, goes off the rails, but it was nice to see someone say this, and I wanted to just throw this in because this update lets you actually start properly tracking the crap you're missing, meaning when we get back around to doing everything in the game, we can actually start cleaning up P-switches and stuff easier. Because this will make it far easier to start using other maps and guides and know every fucking time with that. Those random blips don't hurt anything, but
that's only happened when we're recording the Mario.
No. It happens a lot of times when we record the Mario Kart. And some other recordings have been fine, but I've had... When I was doing some battle testing in Pokemon, I've had the Switch do that. And that one time, I believe in Donkey Kong, it did that. It just does that at random. But I want to say my piece, because this needs to be a single video, and I don't want to ramble for like 15 additional minutes. But it's something that I wanted to say, and given this update... It's so funny that someone actually said something. I was like, yes, but then they go off the deep end. I'm like, okay, now you're basically absolutely crazy, where someone said, because this is fucking true, and I can make this a very quick point, and then end off. Someone basically said, like, oh, people don't understand, like, Nintendo has a very Japanese design philosophy, where the reason the game was initially designed the way that it was is the developers thought it would be, like, cute and fun. You're just, like, playing Bowser, and you're just doing a race, and you eat some food, and Bowser changes into a wacky costume, and the different food gives Bowser different wacky costumes because you like Bowser, and it's just something neat. Ooh, Bowser's dressed like this now. How wacky and fun. And then, like, the Kamek Orb goes off, and you turn into...
And then you turn into Monty Mole.
It's Rocky Ranch.
I thought,
No, it's Rocky Ranch. The enemy in this game is Rocky Ranch. We might actually have that one on. Looks like no.
No, we barely...
Because of the stupid nature of the way it's a Rocky Ranch. Oh, no, we do have him.
Oh.
See? Ha. It's Rocky Ranch.
Hmm.
Fuck off, Colonel. Rocky Ranch. It's not Monty Mole. This is Rocky Ranch. And you can't argue that it's not Rocky Ranch because there's a name. It's right there. Back to my point, and then I'm ending off the bullshit. Nintendo's design philosophy, oh, you're just racing as Bowser, and Kamek turns you into Rocky Ranch. Oh, isn't that wacky and fun? Because a Japanese and, like, more Eastern design philosophy is just playing a game and just casually getting stuff. Whereas a Western philosophy, especially in a creator space of being able to post videos to YouTube or photos to Instagram or something on, like, Twitter or whatever Elon Musk is calling it this week, where people want to be the, like, first person to get stuff, but people also want instant gratification, and people, from a Western perspective, want everything in the fucking game right the fuck now. So, instead of this, oh, isn't it cute and fun to randomly become Rocky Ranch? A Western perspective is, but I want all of the enemies. This is so stupid. The Kamek Orb is too rare.
Well, I can defend the costumes because the costumes don't change stats, thank fuck, unless they do and people are still wrong about that. Well, I can defend the costumes was the enemies.
The enemies are only... Hold on, God damn it. We can meet in the middle, say this, end off. I know I'm rambling far beyond the part, but it's just the update happened. The enemies have stats, and it is kind of...
Like we said before, like, Pianta is in the
Yes, except you're doing the thing that's also just as problematic. Which also goes against Nintendo's design philosophy.
I'm not even talking about substats. I'm talking about, like, the displayed stats of its, like, if you look at an enemy and it's like, oh, this...
Yes, except most enemies are... No, Pianta's actually a good example.
Which I don't remember if we had.
We had Pianta. Oh, see?
Oh, yeah, there he is. Also, yeah, there is Monty Mole. I don't remember if you I don't remember if you have to unlock him or not.
There is a Monty Mole, but the one I know you had to unlock is a Rocky Ranch. Because they're Yes. Right. No, this is actually a really good example. Right. Keep doing that, goddammit. Wrong button. It's the
It's basically, if you look at it, it is basically the same stat blocks as a Wario, but then when you know the basically Sweaty under the hood stats, oh, he's better in
Yeah, it's
water.
2-2-1. Yeah. Because Nintendo's design philosophy literally is, like, this is supposed to be a fun, quirky party game. They don't want you to know that Pianta is better
in water.
And that there's even a secret stat for that. But a Western perspective of wanting to unlock everything and not vibe with a Japanese mindset of just play the game and just get shit turns into everyone basically like, oh, it's so stupid that basically, like, if I want all the character costumes, even when people learn the set thing, I'm just going to drive by this food truck for like 15 minutes. Oh, good. I got like all the similar costumes on every character from this food truck. Oh, thanks a lot, Nintendo. I have to sit here for like 15 minutes just to get every like main person in the cast in a stupid like biker outfit. Fuck off, Nintendo. When the Western perspective is just the weird, everyone over here just wants all their unlocks like right the fuck now.
So that you can be the first one to post the...
And also just so that you can have everything.
Yes.
And instead of just casually getting content and playing the game for years and slowly getting stuff, years worth of fun, quirky unlocks are hyper condensed into, I can sit here for an hour and this is repetitive and stupid. But then, and I agreed with like the comment, but this, opening the map again to make a point, is where I think the one comment was incredibly stupid. I'm going to say this and end off because we need to. Where the comment then goes on to say, after actually being reasonable about the vibes and, oh, they didn't exactly word it the way I'm doing it, but it paraphrases and still gets the point. Like, oh, Japan and like a Eastern perspective is just, you're casually playing the game, you'll eat some food and become a costume, or Kamek will turn you into a character. Isn't that wacky? And that's supposed to be stuff you just kind of casually get across at least a year, and that they obviously never intended for you to sit there and get everything in the game in 5 minutes, because that's not how they vibe. But then the person said that they're actually annoyed that Nintendo gave in and gave you like these counters, because they said that the whole point of like the P-switches and stuff, this was never the point of the game, and that this was just something extra in the free roam, so that the free roam had something to do. And they said that now that Nintendo has put a counter on it, that means it's now an objective list. And if it's a list of objectives, that means that you can consider this a collectathon, and the person just goes on this like tirade about the Mario Kart is now ruined because idiots online have converted it into a collectathon. And they just talk about how Nintendo should have never given in, because the point of the game was never to do all the P-switches, and they just go on and on and on about you're just supposed to do a couple of the missions for fun. You're not supposed to do all of these, but now it's a collectathon, and that's bad. And that they preferred when it wasn't a collectathon, because they're like, this game was never a collectathon, and these were just dumb side things. Except my take and why I think that part of that's stupid is like, regardless of even if these are technically all optional and are not the main point, if I want to do every P-switch in the game, that is my choice. Giving me tracking so that I can do that without being as stuck is not a bad thing. And if they do one additional update, I would love for an update where you could filter like additional P-switches and coins and stuff that you don't have. And then it could turn into less of a drive around and find this stuff and more of a solid objective, because if people are going to bitch, I'm gonna exit the free roam. If people are gonna bitch about giving people choices, if I choose to do all the P-switches, why is that suddenly bad? You people want the choice to play online and never do intermissions, and you say choices are good? And yet, if I want to choose to do all the P-switches, that's bad, and that goes against the spirit of the game. Because, oh, the P-switches are not supposed to be completed. They designed something you're never supposed to do, and if you do them all and complain, it's like you're an idiot. And doing them all anyway makes you an idiot, because these were never designed to be done, and the person goes on this tirade about, oh, like, so many people, and they weren't as direct, like, oh, Western perspective, we must complete things instead of just vibing, doing a couple of P-switches and just moving on with our lives, but it's still stuff you can do, so better tracking, in my mind, is not that bad, but I've now sat here for an additional, like...
Yeah, so you need to stop.
Because I need to edit, because it's almost sunrise. Overall, like, I think the few failed attempts were, okay enough. The successful attempt didn't take that long, but I just wanted to talk about the game a little bit. And I'll truncate through my outro, because this is going to tack probably, with the quicker discussion, I sat there for probably like 15 extra minutes, so this is probably going to be like a 30-minute video when all the editing's done. With that said, though, I'm going to truncate through an outro and at least do some quick pitches, and I might even start doing a far quicker version. First of all, in the pinned comment and the video description are a bunch of social media links. So, basically, you can find me in a bunch of places, even if some of those sites are cesspools. If I'm not using those sites, I can't promote our channel. You have to deal with certain sites being kind of bad, because I basically still do have a Twitter. It is what it is. If you enjoyed the video or any of our videos, subscriptions to the channel help tremendously. And honestly, I would prefer subscriptions, because then the channel might get promoted more. Subscriptions are free and go a long way, and I know I need to shill, but I at least shill only at the end of stuff, never in the middle, because even though I understand shilling is a necessary evil, it does bother me where so many people do the shilling thing 5 seconds into a video, click on a video, literally get interrupted. If you're enjoying the content, like, comment, and subscribe. It's like, motherfucker, I'm like 5 seconds into your damn video. If you're gonna shill at the end. If you want to support the channel financially, mixed in with the social media links is a Patreon. I think the tier descriptions are clear enough. You can figure those out, but I will at least say lowest tier is $1 and you get videos early. I'll probably start shilling the Patreon like this again. Just mention it. That way I don't explain it that much, but I did have some cool ideas for the Patreon. I might go update my tier descriptions, but I think they're good enough. Anyway, with the shilling out of the way, I would rather be poor than nickel and dime people into giving me money, but I was looking at some hard drives and a UPS battery backup. Support would mean a lot and would help the channel, but don't feel obligated. So, with all of this nonsense out of the way, and my dumb ramble extending everything, this has been the 150cc banana cup video. Things went well enough, even if some of those losses were kind of dumb, but with that out of the way, I hope you all enjoyed the video, and I hope I will see you all next time. So as always, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night, everybody. I hope you come back someday. See you later. It's time for the question of the day and my overall thoughts on the topic. So, anyway, I know this topic will be controversial, but let's get on with it. Now that it's been a while and the Sonic has been out a while and a bunch of DLC happened, some updates happened. How many of you generally agree with the point we were trying to make? That regardless of intent, Sega clearly cut content to basically have it as DLC, even though people were acting like Nintendo was doing that. And yet, because of the hate boner for the Mario Kart, no one is giving Sega any shit at all, which in my mind is ridiculous. Mostly because I feel like you should, because when Capcom did this years ago, on disc DLC was basically, and rightfully so, viewed negatively because that's bullshit. That shows a clear example of content that was cut to basically be sold off later, but everyone hated the Mario Kart so much, no one was basically using the Mario Kart and Sonic comparisons in a fair way, since everyone glossed over what Sega was doing. And in general, as a bonus point, I think all of this DLC talk is hypocritical and stupid. We were talking about the Sonic, and I don't want to go on a weird rant. I just think it's really funny, but before I start rambling, I will wrap this up. You can leave your thoughts, opinions, and answers in the comments, or you can leave them on social media. All of my social media links, as well as my Discord links, are in the video description. Now, as always, I need to be a shill for a minute. If you subscribe to the channel, if you follow me on social media, that really helps our communities grow. But anyway, I hope you all enjoyed the video, and I hope I will see you all next time. So as always, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night, everybody. I hope you come back someday. See you later.